Well, reactions coming from the fans. Definitely, they are not happy with Coach Stephen Keshi. I remember this is the coach that actually won the Nations Cup for Nigeria just last year.
Yeah, that's how it goes as a coach.
A year after he came in, when he took over from CRC
Yes.
2011, 2012, I mean, he won. I keep wondering, I mean, what is happening to Nigerians? How come it's so easy for them, to just take another side?
No, that's how the game goes. Football fans generally are very fickle, and if you're winning, they support you a lot, and if you're losing, they do otherwise. And talking about Keshi, a football coach is as good as his last
game
result. Keshi hasn't had a good time in the past couple of months now. Yeah, I can understand people blaming Keshi. He's the one in charge and all that, but don't forget the other issues surrounding Nigerian football at the moment. He doesn't even have a contract and stuff like that as well. So it's not a very good one for the country in total. Hopefully, we're able to bounce back now, because this is not the time to start licking our wounds now. There's another game to be played on Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah, I know it looks all bleak and doomed for the country right now. Bottom of the group with just 1 point out of 9. It doesn't look really good, right? Yeah. But then there's still a chance,
of course.
When you start doing your calculations and all that,
which
I'm not really interested in that one at all. But then there's still a chance. So 3 games to go in the group now. Nigeria should target all 9 points and see what happens afterwards. At the end of the day, after the qualification series, and if we don't make it, then Nigerians can understand, okay, these guys actually gave it their best shot.
But it wasn't just good enough.
Yeah.
Okay, from Super Eagles now, let's talk about the other team that actually made us smile on Saturday after the Super Eagles game, or rather while Super Eagles game was still going on. The Super Falcons, of course, they thrashed Côte d'Ivoire by 4 goals to 2, with a Desire Okbaranozi actually scoring a brace there. He actually showed what a true number 9 should do. She was fantastic in that particular game. For the Falcons, they will be facing Zambia tomorrow in their second group game. Right now, they top the group because of the numbers of goals they've scored. Namibia was able to beat Zambia by 2 goals to nothing, but Super Falcons having 4 more goals and conceding just 2. The other games that took place yesterday, you have South Africa, who actually had more preparations than the Super Falcons, of course, for them, but they lost to Cameroon by a lone goal. Remember, in all the qualifiers, the South Africa actually played 8 international friendly, losing just 1, winning 7 of them. But at the end of the day, the opening game, they lost to Cameroon. Algeria beating Ghana by a lone goal. That also happened in the African Women Championship taking place in Windhoek in Namibia. Now let's go straight to the Globe Premier League. Of course, Kano Pillars. Well, I don't really know what's happening to Pillars. They are supposed to be defending champions. They've lost their 9th game in the season, and that's the result you have on your screen. Match day 32 results. Gombe United beating Eimba by 2 goals to 1. Bayelsa United and Warri Wolves beating Bayelsa by 2-1 at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium in Benin. Sharks of Port Harcourt beating Kano Pillars by a lone goal. Sharks finally were able to beat Pillars. It's usually a very difficult game for them whenever they face Kano Pillars. Crown FC and Giwa FC had to share the spoils, and Taraba and Dolphins. Taraba beating Dolphins by 2 goals to none. The reverse fixture was actually a 4-0 in favor of Dolphins. Heartland beating Sunshine Stars by 3 goals to nothing. That's really a huge one for Heartland. Nasarawa and Nimbe City. Nimbe City, of course, condemned to relegation, winning by 3 goals to 2. Lobby Stars and Rangers. Lobby Stars winning 2 goals to nothing. And Aqua United and Abia Warriors, it ended goalless. And that's when they had to share the spoils. Now, this is what the top 4 look like. Now, Kano Pillars just a point ahead. Warri Wolves catching up with them on 52, and Nasarawa United 40 points they have from 32 games. Aim, of course, top 4. Usually they finish. I don't think they have a chance of actually winning it. Maybe Warri Wolves and Kano Pillars will have to see who will emerge the champions of Nigerian Premier League. Bayelsa United on 30 points from 32 games. Kaduna United 32 games and 37 points. Crown FC on 36, and Nimbe City, of course, well, definitely I think we can easily say they are relegated aside. Okay, we'll just take a break now with tennis, where Roger Federer actually won his 81st title of his 81st career title in Shanghai. Also, his first time he's winning in that winning that particular title. Let's see the highlights and of course what he had to say after the game.
To Rod.
They click on something.
Well, didn't miss much. He was solid off the ground, and I mean, match could have gone either way. Really, both sets really were close. I thought I maybe was a tiny bit better in the second set, but then all of a sudden I did have to save a few set points, which was huge. And now looking back, then I played a great tiebreaker. So I'm extremely happy. I mean, how can you not be? I remember how lucky I got in the first round. So this feels very much a dream run right now.
Dream run definitely ended for him. It could have been both with 7-6, 7-6. That was really close.
Yeah, definitely. Once Federer defeated Djokovic in the semi-final, you always thought it was always going to be his title to win. But obviously, Gilles and Simone actually ran him really close there. Both sets going into tie breaks.
Okay, well, let's talk about one man, Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, I didn't want to talk about this, but I think it's something we really need to talk about. 1 billion euros. So if Manchester United is planning on actually getting Cristiano Ronaldo back to Old Trafford, they have to cough out £800 million.
Wow.
That's a release clause.
That's astronomical.
It's as good as saying he's not for sale.
Yeah, basically that's what they're saying. And if you feel you're the PSGs of this world and Manchester Cities, then yeah, you might just cough out 1 billion euros. It's nothing to those guys, but it's not really surprising for me. That's what you expect. Ronaldo on the pitch is going to guarantee you goals. Off the pitch, is going to guarantee you revenue as well. So you can understand why Real Madrid put that kind of release clause in his contract. He's a great player, one of the greatest of all times. Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, that's the business of the game.
Yes, and his coach has actually said he will retire at Real Madrid. His agent, of course, said he will retire at Real Madrid. He will play until he's 40. Now, looking at Real Madrid, once a player is 30, the possibility of you remaining in that club is very difficult. Remember what happened to Raul Garcia, who happens to be their best player ever, before Ronaldo came in. So he was asked to go. What, Ronaldo? 40? Still playing for Real Madrid?
Yeah, I don't know about being 40, but then Ronaldo right now.
At 33, I think he will just go to US, MLS.
He's a very fit guy. He takes care of himself. He works very hard on the pitch. So I don't know about 40 years, but then I can see him playing on until his mid 30s.
But definitely not 40, because it's definitely not Ryan Giggs. Those players, you see them once in a while, and it's definitely not Francesco Totti. Okay, at the weekend, you have a Brazil and of course Argentina. It was a fantastic friendly. Messi was caged, but Neymar of course was a bit caged, but Neymar got injured much later during the game. But one man who actually scored 2 goals. Now before that friendly, he has made just 8 appearances for Brazil and he hasn't even scored a goal. So he wasn't even thinking of scoring 2 in that game against Argentina. He's already 29, but next year he'll be 30. But definitely he came in so late into the fold of the Brazilian team.
Yeah, definitely. Diego Tardelli is no spring chicken, like you said, 29 years old. So I don't think Brazilians will be celebrating as seeing the next Ronaldo or anything like that. But then he's a very good player. The important thing I noted here was that he actually made his debut under Dunga in 2009, yeah, when he was in charge the first time around. So I'm not really surprised he's brought him back again. He seems like a very decent striker, and the way he took the goals there, very typical of a very good striker. So hopefully he can do the job for Brazil for a couple of years, 1, 2, 3 years, until they're able to find that long-term replacement.
For people like Fred.
Exactly. So for Brazil would just have to make do with what they have now. That's the
right
penalty needs by
yes,
Messi.
he's human after all. At least the third one he's missing.
So come on, Messi misses penalties, so it's not really a big deal. And he didn't play that well at all. He was too close to the goalkeeper Jefferson, so he had to make the save.
He had to make that particular save. Well, a good one for, and that is the second goal.
Yep. Yeah, that's how it goes in the 6-yard box. Good strikers, they make that place their home. Like it sits there just waiting for any opportunity, and once they smell it, they take advantage. So it's a good one for Diego Tardelli. Okay,
anxious wait. Well, Oscar Pistorius will definitely know his fate. Well, it may not be today because the sentence is going to take a couple of days, but it's starting today. And for him, it might just be 15 years. But another news is South Africans are really not happy with what he is getting, especially when premeditated murder was removed out of it. They still feel he deliberately.
Yeah, but we have to understand it's very hard to prove
a
case of premeditated murder. It has to be beyond reasonable doubt. The judge didn't see it that way, so we can understand why that was chalked out. But then, still, it was convicted for culpable homicide as manslaughter and discharge of firearm in public. So that's where his matter will be decided. He can get up to 15 years. It won't exceed that. But then the mitigating factors is a first-time offender, and he is a paraplegic guy as well. So the judge might take that into consideration before sentencing Oscar Pistorius. Then, like I said, it is very possible he doesn't even get any jail time at all, which will be the ashes of all the punishment. He could get a suspended sentence, or he could get a fine as well. So we'll see how that pans out. Then afterwards, we'll see how it goes. But no matter how this ends, it is a very tragic story.
Yeah, it is tragic. And of course, finally, Marc Marquez, of course, retained the MotoGP title. That was expected. But Lewis Hamilton, and of course, he is on the verge of actually winning the Formula One. This is 17 point clear. And of course, he won the Russian Grand Prix inaugural one. And of course, becoming one of the 4th drivers to have won 9 races in a single season.
Oh, incredible. I'm sure you can see the title in his sight right now. But then, believe me, I still see a couple of twists in this particular Formula One championship. Anything can still happen. Although Hamilton is looking very good.
Definitely. Thank you so much for being part of the program. We'll leave you with pictures coming from the Russian Grand Prix, the very first one holding in Sochi. Thank you so much for being part of the program. Bye for now.